drop a message on the page and we'll attend to it. Or if you have a family,
or you can organize anyone for you have any contacts.
Yes.
You can send me a text message or WhatsApp on my phone. 0818.
Is it one pinned?
823 7529.
Yes.
0818. So you can write it on if you're in Ghana, you want to meet tonight, please RSVP with us so that when we arrive Ghana, we can, or before we arrive Ghana, as soon as we confirm the venue, we can send you a notification.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are going for what program then?
As far as
mock
news tomorrow.
What time?
It's for 12 noon. I think it's 1 p.m.
Ghana time?
Ghanaian time, yes.
Okay.
You know, when you're traveling to Ghana, you gain time. When you're traveling to Nigeria,
you lose time.
There's something about this Nigeria, man.
We need the new Nigeria.
Guys, we're having a connection issue here. That's the reason why
Balojo, please don't punch somebody for our sake. Somebody wants to punch somebody for your sake.
No, I don't punch anybody. Punch APC and PDP with your PVC.
Yeah.
And somebody wants to know how expensive jingles cost.
But jingles cost a lot. Where's the radio lady? The one that just...
Tell me. How much does jingles cost?
How much is what?
Jingle.
Jingle. It depends. For most stations, it's about 4,500 naira for
per jingle.
25 seconds. No, it's on a second basis.
On the time
45 seconds, 60 seconds.
You heard that 4-5 for 25 seconds. And it goes up and down like that. But we have on some stations in Osun State already.
Yes, and in Ondo State.
And in Ondo State, so we are moving. You have a question, yes, sir? From Dari Thompson. Will you consider giving all regions same percentage of votes so that all the regions can feel important and equal? I think you didn't watch your program. Will you consider giving all regions the same percentage of votes so that all regions can feel important and equal?
Well, our democracy is based on one man, one vote. And
I think it's sharing formula.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about sharing formula or voting formula?
He said, I think it meant sharing formula because exactly, it's not in its capacity.
Yes.
So maybe sharing formula.
Sharing formula of national income, landmass, population.
Well, that's also based on a number of issues that relates to the federal nature of Nigeria.
Yeah. Derivation,
resource control, landmass, exactly. So, I've told you guys we need to change our constitution. So we have to vote for the person who can appropriately change the constitution in the interest of justice. It's not even our constitution. I should not be using the word our constitution because it's not our, it's a military imposed constitution.
Yes, please. The same thing right now. Yes. Thank you.
They're going to send it as inbox.
Okay, connected, live in queue.
Okay.
Everybody back to the room, please. Start it, no? I'm trying, yeah?
We'll be back in a few.
Alright. So the Ghanaian president said to get back to us shortly with the venue.
Okay.
And we'll
Ogbo
announce
Vrendo, we're at SceneOne TV, subsidiary of SceneOne Production, Jennifer Diaries,
that
Funkaki
TV
Dele.
station that produces the Jennifer Diaries.
Yes.
If I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And it's party look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
In 10 seconds, please. 10.
Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
Okay, sir.
Where's the interviewer?
Okay, sir. In 5, 4, 3, 2, we are live, sir.
Thank you. Alright, my name is Omoyele Sowore. I'm the presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, AAC.
Okay, so when we come back, you talk about yourself. Just in brief.
Is there not going to be a question?
No. We do. After
We'll
this,
do segment by segment.
Okay.
you do your bio, we talk about
Listen,
yourself.
just talk about yourself
Okay.
and then talk about why people should
Vote for.
vote for you. Okay, we'll be back in 15 seconds.
Okay.
Once I say live, we are live, you start talking.
Okay.
Alright, sir. In 5, 4, 3, 2, we are live, sir.
My name is Omoyele Sowore. I'm the presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, AAC. And I'm running to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Using the platform of our political party that is the fastest growing in Nigeria today. And on February 16, 2019, Nigerians are going to vote for another president. And it is time to stop voting for the presidents that have been failing us in the past and those who are planning to plunge us into further misery and economic crisis that we've never seen before. Here is a young man who started in 1989 at the University of Lagos to fight for what is right. Then it was a struggle to end military rule. And after the military left in 1999, I engaged in other struggles to expand democratic space for Nigerians in fighting corruption, ensuring free and fair election, fighting against environmental degradation, fighting for human rights, fighting against torture, and fighting for respect for Nigerians all over the world. It is time for us to have a person who has exposure, competence, and capacity, integrity to run Nigeria in the interest and for the benefit of the Nigerian people. That is why I'm running. I'm running because I know that I can make Nigeria work for all of us Nigerians, almost 200 million of us, who have been shortchanged by a political class that's only interested in taking care of their own interests and those of their friends and families, those who are only interested in selling our patrimony for a paltry sum whenever they have the opportunity to do so. Those who are not interested in paying workers, even though they work every day. Those who are not interested in providing infrastructure for us so that we can get to our destination. Those who are not interested in fighting for food security so that we don't go hungry. Those who are not interested in sending our children to school so that these children can become thugs and people who run around following them when elections are near in their so-called mass rallies. We are interested in restoring the dignity of the Nigerian citizen, and we're sure with your help we can make this happen. young people in particular, there are 22 million of you who have registered to vote. This is the time to show that you want a different country. And I'm here to tell you that a new Nigeria is possible, and we'll make it happen together. That is our promise. But it's not just the kind of political promise you get from time to time from these scammers who wear their boo-boo from time to time during electioneering campaigns, or those who are already banking on buying votes so that you can sell your destinies to them again. We are different. We have a political party that is ideologically grounded, a political party that has an agenda and a manifesto that will clearly take Nigeria out of poverty, that will help us climb out of misery, that will provide employment for over 5 million people, that will provide electricity for over 40 million households, that will pay a minimum wage that can start us on the path of a living wage of 100,000 naira, that is planning to take over 13 million kids out of the streets so that they can go back to school, that is planning to diversify the economy, not by introducing another product or crop, but to introduce an opportunity for us to participate in an energy economy that's driven by information and technology in the world today. That can make Nigeria finally a competitive country, respected country on the continent of Africa. That will make Nigeria not become the retirement home of thieves and gerontocrats, but a vibrant society driven by the energy of its youth, their brilliance, and their relentless interest in creativity. And you know that as of today, entertainment is driving both our reputation and revenue, because some young people stood up and didn't wait for government. But we cannot replace government with creativity. When you have an opportunity to have a creative government that can drive creativity and progress in the country. That's why we're here today, and that is the reason we are engaging and interacting with Nigerians in every sector. And today we are on SceneOne TV, our home of Jennifer Diaries, to talk to those of you who want to know and want to find out about the presidential candidate that you probably have heard about before, but have never seen engage directly with you the way we are going to do today. And I've heard that most of you are going to be calling. Feel free to call us. We are not like the other presidential candidates who are hiding away from the public, who will not engage or debate on issues, who have stolen and are reinvesting their stolen wealth in buying votes or buying adverts in newspapers. We are here to talk to you, engage with you, and we are here to create a new form of political consciousness that will drive political conversations into the future in a way that Nigeria can finally turn the corner. That's why we're here, and you're welcome to SceneOne TV, and you're welcome to African Action Congress, and you're of course welcome to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, starting from starting from February 17, 2019. The swearing-in date is actually going to be June 12, 2019, according to the revised calendar, and the decision that was also driven by us to recognize that day, that was the June 12 election day, as the legitimate democracy day in Nigeria.
And break now. So, questions are coming in already.
Okay.
So when we come back, we talk about the lapses of the previous government.
Yeah.
What they have failed to do. What they have failed to do, we talk about it then. Next, when we go on break, we'll come back to another.
Okay.
Who said the question? No, take that far.
Actually,
The far, yeah, take it out. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the Bible here. I thought you guys would have brought the Quran so that we can balance it.
Thank you.
What's your name? Right.
Even people, if you are in Ghana or you have anyone in Ghana, Accra, there's a meet and greet with Omoyele Sowore in Accra. So if you know anybody, then
The questions are
Questions are coming.
yes, sir.
if you know anyone who
Let's
is
hold on to that. When we get to
willing
that,
to meet Omoyele Sowore,
after the lapses.
then let them, signify by commenting or sending us a message.
We'll be back in 1 minute.
All right.
You're in short though. If you know you stay there, please don't move. Because you'll be in short.
What you mean?
So when we come back, sir, talk about the lapses of the government, of our previous government, and how you intend to.
No, we need to ask the questions.
How you
Questions
intend
are
to
very
change it.
important. Sorry. Okay, your question is.
So,
The first one is.
In 19 seconds, we are live.
All right.
Okay, sir, the first question is: how do you plan to win this election without the
In
PDP
5.
and APC saga? What strategy are you planning?
In 5, 4, 3, 2, we are live, sir.
How are you planning to win this election without the PDP and APC saga?
I think this is the best opportunity to win the election because they are all fighting now. They've shot themselves in the foot and they cannot defend their programs, they can't defend their history, they can't defend their pedigree. So it's our best opportunity. But the best way to look at it is to look at the election pie charts, look at the number of people who are voting in this election. And you find out that almost 50% of registered voters, 22 million voters, are young people. People who should have nothing to do with the PDP or the APC. These are the political parties that failed you when you're looking for education, are the ones who failed you when you're looking for a job. And if we can have that block votes of 22 million voters, young people, let's even assume that we have just half of that, that's 10 million. And then we go to our parents who are suffering, who want to climb out of poverty. That gives us another 5 million. That's 15 million votes right there. You talk about farmers, fishermen, about 6 million of them. Just give us 3 million votes there. Civil servants who are going to benefit directly from our minimum wage. That's about 6 million people. Give us 3 million votes there. And you have the election on a clean slate. We'll defeat these guys. It's just up to you. I mean, we can shock them, and it will be a historic shock. It will be a revolutionary result that we can deliver a blow against our oppressors in this election. That is clearly what is happening, and you can see they are already fighting themselves. The PDP is after the APC, and the APC is after the PDP. But these two political parties are not different. They draw their human resource from the same pool of corrupt, incompetent, and inept political operators. We cannot continue to go in that direction. So it's going to be good news if only we can open our minds and ensure that we train our consciousness and conscience to elect the right person in this election. And you have that person in front of you. I'd like to take the next question.
What qualifies you for the position of the president?
Oh man, I have 30 years under my belt of fighting as an activist. I have another 12 years of being an entrepreneur, and I have several things that I can tell you today that qualifies me better than anybody, and I'm not saying this to brag, who's ever been a Nigerian president in the last 58 years. I have the education, I have the competence, I have the capacity, I have the history, I also have the stamina, and I use the word stamina not, to look down on anybody, but to just let you know that we don't need to have a president that will spend another 2 years in London sucking away our non-available foreign reserves and treating themselves. So we need an energetic young person. We need someone who's got exposure, someone who has a pedigree, who has integrity. All of this tested. This is what you can't find among these old guards, and you can't find among the younger ones who are out there saying that they want to run. I praise them, I support the fact that they came out, but this is the time to put our best foot forward. And you have a chance from someone who has history, verifiable history. I didn't just jump out of the woodworks to run for president. I've been doing what I'm doing now for 30 years. And most of you who may not have heard about me directly probably heard about Sahara Reporters before. I founded Sahara Reporter. If you haven't heard about Sahara Reporters, you probably heard about me at the University of Lagos as student union leader. If you haven't heard about that, you probably heard about June 12th election that was annulled by the military and how we fought to the annulled election. You've probably seen a video of me beside Abiola. You've seen me in various protests. And you've seen me as a chief executive officer of a leading media company that competed better than anything that's ever come out of the continent of Africa internationally. This is just to tell a little bit of my story, but most importantly, I think it is about character. And when countries are looking for leaders that can take them out of crisis, they look for leaders that are best fighters and leaders with the best character that can make that happen. So someone that is dependable and someone you can trust that will deliver on his promises. And I'm one person, and you can check my records to be sure that you will not lose if you support our movement and our political party to take Nigeria out of the woodworks.
Next question. As a nation, our over-dependency on petroleum products for income is on the high side. What other resources of revenue are you looking to explore if you get into power?
I will answer this by just providing a short, analogy of what has happened to Nigeria in the last few years. And there was an intervention from a man known as Bill Gates. He cried out to Nigeria, said Nigeria is not investing in its youth. Yes, you have oil, but oil is also a fading international product. Very soon, in the next 10 years, probably oil will become so outdated because of technology and technological inventions. People are using solar energy, they are using other forms of energy sources to drive cars, and do what oil is doing for us. So what should we do? Is not to start looking for another product, even though I know a range of products that we can improve upon that can help us diversify our source of income. But my way of intervening in this, or how we'll do it, is to invest in our youth. We have an opportunity to participate in a knowledge economy that's already started by investing in technology, by investing in education, digital type education, so that our next best product will not be discovery of oil or another mineral or cash crop. It will be the Nigerian person, the resource, the human resource developed to the point that we can have in Nigeria produce a Facebook or an Apple product or something similar to that. Knowledge is what is going to drive the economy in the future, and we must invest in training and educating our young people such that knowledge can become life, it can become revenue, and it can also power us to that stage that we have never seen before. So without investing in our people, looking for diversification of our economy by growing rice, cocoa would not be enough, because we have 200 million people that we need to support, to train, and give the right kind of education, health, feed, that can produce very, very powerful products that you've never heard about before. And this might sound to some people esoteric, but it's the truth. It is the truth that our next product should be the Nigerian person. China has done it. They did this in India. Population is no longer a liability. It's become an asset. Next question, I thought.
So I have a call, sir.
Yes, okay. So they said there's a call for me.
It's a voice call.
Okay. It's a voice call. It's not that call. Okay.
The past government has failed to protect its citizens from terrorism. What are your plans to ensure our safety?
The past government, and I hate to talk about the past government because we should actually retire them into the past by February 16, 2019. But what is the cause of terrorism is because over the years we've mismanaged opportunities that ought to go to young people. We refuse to send them to school, and bulk of people who are in Boko Haram are children that were abandoned or sent to schools that they call Amajiri schools. And when they grew up with no hope of finding a country that can support them, they took to other means of challenging the status quo ante. The result is what we have today as Boko Haram terrorism in the country. But what is driving this is that it was a crisis at a point. Now Boko Haram has become a business. Yes. You're welcome, caller.
Hello.
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Yes, can you hear me? I can hear you loud and clear.
This is Daniel calling from Akura, Ondo State.
You're welcome to SceneOne TV, where we're live today.
Yes, Mr. Sowore, I would like to ask you some questions.
Please go ahead.
The question is, I have not been able to see Akura here.
Can you?
That's what I'm asking. Do you have any plan for Akura here?
Yes, we have people in Akure, and they have been working in Akure to the best of my knowledge. We're also going to be in Akure next week. Unfailingly, we'll be in Akure and we'll be in Ondo town and a lot of towns and cities in Ondo State. But if, go ahead.
I understand you are trying, but I think you should tell those people that is working for you to do more. Because a lot of people don't know much about it yet.
All right. We appreciate that, and we will notify them immediately to step up. Thank you so much for calling. Okay. So do we have another call? Okay.
So back to the question, sir. On terrorism, sir.
Yeah. So the way to fight terrorism is to equip your forces, train them, and invest in your people, and have international collaborations that are dignified. When I mean international collaborations, a lot of people within the international community, countries that are fighting terrorism, have experience in fighting terrorism, don't trust Nigerian leaders enough to even collaborate with them. You remember what happened with Chibok girls. The UK, the US, and other countries around the world wanted to help, but the Nigerian government did not even admit that girls had been kidnapped until Boko Haram had safely kept them away. It took 4 days for Boko Haram to keep the girls away, and there were satellites tracking Boko Haram terrorists moving girls around. But our leaders were not proactive enough to nip that in the bud. And what did you hear after that? Yes, hello, you're welcome to SceneOne TV, where we're live today.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Abdul. I'm calling from Italy.
Oh, wow. You're welcome to our show here today. I'm in charge, right?
Okay. Thank you. The fact is that I've been actually watching all your programs and your movement, and I'm really, really excited. I'm so happy about what you've been doing.
Yes.
And myself, my friends, and my family, we are really, really happy about everything you've been doing. And I pray that the God Almighty will continue to sustain and guide you and protect you, because I want you to win this election. That is my intention towards you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
no problem
much.
at all.
Yeah.
So I just want to say I wish you well and I wish you good luck, and God will continue to guide you.
Thank you. Amen to that. And please kindly keep contacting members of your family all over Nigeria, friends, and to ensure that they don't give up. We will win this election. We are very sure that there's nobody in his right mind who will vote for the PDP or APC, knowing how dangerous these political parties and their officials are to the progress and development of Nigeria.
No problem, sir. You're going to win, that's for sure.
Thank you so much.
Win.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the call. Yes, so on terrorism, we then had army generals who started stealing funds that were meant to fight Boko Haram, building mansions with them, and buying fake equipment for our soldiers. And what you then have, okay, there's another caller. Wow, that's a video call right there. Let me hold on to this. How are you? Yes, is it good morning?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. This is good morning from Lagos.
Yeah.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine. This is good news. I'm calling from Germany.
Okay, sir.
So, yeah, I'm worried about something bothering me, so I decided to call. So I have asked how about the coalition. I really don't want us to miss this opportunity because I have tried to reach out my family, my people. So I try to encourage them that this is the highest opportunity that we have got. Because when I see the two other political parties fighting themselves, it gives me more hope. It gives me courage that yes, now that they are fighting, it gives us the opportunity to work harder and have the numbers of votes that can make us overcome them. So
that's right.
What about the coalition with Durotoye and Ningado and all of that?
Yes, you've been hearing about coalitions since we started campaigning, and there's been a number of coalitions, but we have said it that the biggest coalition that could happen has happened, which is a coalition of the oppressed, and they are all there in our party, AAC, and we are open to alliances, we are open to collaboration with others, and we expect that they will join us because we have demonstrated within the shortest possible time that you can start a movement. We started in February 2018, and by now it has become the most popular movement in Nigeria. Take It Back movement, you can testify to that. Not only in Nigeria, but all over the world where there are Nigerians. And after that, we started a political party in August, and it's the most popular political party today of all the new political parties. Even when we meet presidential candidates of some of the other political parties, they tell us that we are doing the best work. We have traveled all over this country. You see us with crowds wherever we go, from Lagos to Gombe, Bauchi, we've been to Sokoto, Kano, Kaduna, we've been in Port Harcourt, we've been in Uyo, we've been in Calabar, Warri, Sapele, we have been in Akure, we've been in Abeokuta, we've been in Ikene, Okene, we've been in Kaba, Lokoja, Abuja, we've been in Suleja, we've been in Naibawa. Where Naibawa is a park in Kano where you have a lot of there's like places you've never heard about before. We traveled by land, we traveled by air, and we traveled by boat, and all of this is documented. So we cannot then collapse our structures into people who are not.
I'm not talking about collapsing the AAC.
What was it? We welcome them. We welcome them.
If you receive a call from any of them that want to,
we have opened our phone lines and said you are free to come join us. They are free to come and join us. They themselves admit when we meet that we're doing a lot of work. In fact, they say to us that we're doing a yeoman job. But you remember that they excluded us from the debate, hoping that after the debate nobody will hear about us. Then after the debate, we even became more popular because we were excluded, because people knew who they were looking for. We're using unconventional means to reach Nigerians. We are physically interacting with them, engaging with them, and it's taking us all over the country. That's why what we're saying. But the own kind of request for coalition is for you to come and collapse your structure under someone you have serious ideological differences. We have programs, we have manifestos. Some of them we can't even see their manifestos. We don't know their position in a number of issues that we are very passionate about. So we welcome them, and we talk to all of these guys. I've spoken to Durotoye a few times, Mogalu too, and we ask them, come join us, because we have something to offer. And we are not saying they don't have anything to offer. We are just saying that our offerings are more solid.
Now you said you have reached out to them and you asked them to come and join. And so what is their response? That is what, because so many
they have not responded. Okay, so let me answer the one about the ANN and YPP join. They never invited us to that event. We saw it in the newspapers the same way you read it. So there must be a reason why they are afraid to invite us to come to this kind of meetings. So it's like they want to be putting pressure on us on the media, but they don't make personal communication with us. But we are saying we are here, we are open-minded enough to say, come in and join us. Let's work to rescue this country. They know that we have the numbers, we have the reach, and we have some of the most passionate supporters in and outside of Nigeria. We are also raising funds and demystifying money bags in politics. And we have no godfathers, no godmothers, because we are godsons and goddaughters of the revolutionary movement.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I really like your response to that, but you haven't talked about what is their response. I want to know their response so that
I cannot speak for them.
Even their supporters, some of their supporters are commenting on your post, and they said, "What about the coalition?"
We have not.
I want to know their response.
We have not heard from them, and this is very important that you know that we have not heard from them. I cannot speak for them when I have not heard from them. I'm just telling you directly what is going on. I'm passing on information that is available to me to you, and you know we do this on a regular basis. That's why we interact with you as supporters from time to time. When we leave this place, you know, very soon you see us on the couch. We are almost on every night, disclosing how we are raising money, who is making contributions, and things that are happening during our State of the Nation appearances on the couch.
Okay, thank you, sir. I don't want to take too much of your time anymore. So I really pray God guide you and protect you, because I don't know where you get your strength from. Where you get your strength from, God from adding to you.
I get it from you guys. I get it from you guys. You guys have been very supportive, and I appreciate you. There's another call coming in, and we're going to take that call. That's from the UK. Hello, good morning from Nigeria.
Hello, good morning. This is Omoyele Sowore calling from London, UK.
Comrade, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. I just want to say thank you for all you've been doing, all the efforts you've been making for opening the eyes of a lot of Nigerians. You have triggered something in the brains of some Nigerians that we really believe in the next generation. You know, I just want to pray that God keep giving you the strength to carry on all you are doing. Let me go straight to my question.
Yes.
My question is that a lot of friends have been asking me that the ANC and the Take It Back movement, what are the stand on Nigerians in diaspora rights to vote when you come into power come February 15, 2019? Because the Nigerians in diaspora are contributing immensely to the development of the country. So we need to be a part in who will lead us. We need to be able to vote, to be able to vote in our respective embassies. That's why I'm asking you this question, because you have a lot of fan base in the Take Back movement, and the ANC have a lot of fan base in the diaspora. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The question is very, very direct, and the answer is also very, very direct. The right to vote by diasporans as soon as we win the election, as we're sworn in, as it's going to come in the mail, it's going to be one of the first laws that will be passed, by the National Assembly or wherever is required for it to be done. So I have a special bias for the diaspora. I've lived in the US for 19 years, and I know that we contribute more money to this economy than even oil. Over 50 billion naira. $50 billion is what comes into our economy through diaspora investments, both direct and indirect. When I use the word investment, I use so advisedly. I'm talking about money you send to your family, you set up a farm, you're building a house. You are making serious contribution directly to the Nigerian economy, and you deserve a right to vote. In fact, that is overdue, and they've been playing politics with it, because they know that if the diasporans were to have a right to vote in this election, we would have won the election hands down by now. So diaspora voting is a fundamental right that must be respected as soon as we're sworn in. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, sir. I say you are the David of our time. Nigerians vote wisely. The sponsor it.
Yes.
That's right.
That's
right.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. That's okay. So we're taking a break now, and we'll be back after this break. Thank you.
We are losing power on that battery, so we need to come.
This phone also needs to charge.
Yes. So let's go to the cannabis. I'll go to the
cannabis conversation. Are you able to see on their page the light?
Mute it.
So you're mentioning they don't want the old system.
Give me the China.
Okay, sir. Once we come back from this break, talk about the cannabis policy.
Don't go on. Don't come back here. Let me fix something, please. Just play that one or two more later. It's 15%.
It's not 15%. I think that will still survive the entire show.
It's a video calling. Video calling?
It's another video call.
Yes.
They don't give up.
How soon are you?
Give me like 10 minutes. Sorry, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, just
I can't give you 5 minutes. It's too much.
Is there no content
on
on
my
my
hand now.
Okay, I'm coming. Just give me.
I need a call. What's the call?
You know the call, really.
Video call.
Life is fine.
No. So can you see this, sir? Can you see this? These are the questions. Can you see
Okay.
them? Can you see them?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are in terrorism, which is this one. So this is the next question. So you can pick the question myself and ask.
So, tell me.
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready?
So it's good at
Hello, Mr. President.
How are you? So, can you hold on so that when we come back to...
No, you can talk to him.
Oh, I can talk to him?
Yes, sir.
I'll come in with you.
Yeah. All right.
Tell me to turn
Needs to
off
reduce
the music.
You have to turn off your music, though, so that we can hear you loud and clear.
Cut it, sir.
Got it?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
What's the name and where you calling from?
My name is Yusuf. I'm calling from Austria.
Austria, okay. You're welcome to this live.
Yes, sir. I've been following you, sir, from day one. Even before you come out for president, to run for president, I've been following you from Sahara Reporter, everything. I know a lot about you, sir. Please, I really appreciate your effort. I really appreciate everything about you. The problem we are facing here is because of our leader, because they are treating us like an animal, but they are still giving us accommodations, because what our president, our government cannot give us, this country are giving us.
Yes.
But the problem is I've already made a lot of conversation, a lot of calls to my family at home. They are for Omoyele Sowore 2019. All my mom, my dad, my sister, everyone, even all my friends in Nigeria, they are voting for Omoyele Sowore in 2019, and all the AAC candidates. I assure you that, and I pray to Almighty God to make our mission accomplished by God's grace.
Thank you so much. You didn't give us your
I
name.
really appreciate that. Yusuf, my name is Yusuf.
All right, Yusuf, thank you so much for coming on, and we're looking forward to big victory on February 16th, 2019. Thank you. Keep talking to your people, and keep supporting us from wherever you can, whichever way you can.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
All right, so okay. All right, so the next question here. Oh, we have another call. There's another call. Hello, good morning from SceneOne TV here, where we're live today talking about the future of Nigeria. My name is Omoyele Sowore. Can you tell us your name, please?
My name is Omoyele. I'm calling from Belgium, sir.
You're welcome. So, please go ahead and ask your question. I'll make your comment.
I'll be following you. I'm a huge fan. I follow you. I'm the one writing you on WhatsApp most times. That Abuja stuff. That my girlfriend in Abuja said they don't have anything in that area. That you not said is not true. Remember?
Yes.
I write you on WhatsApp.
Yes.
I'm a big fan. My family. I told my family in Benin that there's a new party in Benin now, in Nigeria now, AAC. They said they do your party that who is the man? I said, he's a new man who is he has a good vision for Nigeria. I want to talk Nigeria like into Europe because most things that you see most people in Europe that they are following you. We are not even going second class, we are to class student here, and we matric first here in Europe. We are not having the right life here in Europe. That's why everybody wants to come back home.
Yes.
You understand? That's why we are all seen for you. I'm still surprised that we use the way they are following those blind, demonic leaders. And sometimes some of them you have the temerity to be accusing that why you don't have respect for them. I was only yesterday. What stupid youth like that was saying, why don't you have respect for others? Who will you have respect for? Those leaders that have destroyed our future, that have destroyed our past. They want you to be respecting them. I don't understand. Me, I don't really understand though. And I believe something that these politicians, I believe they are into voodoo. Because I believe that voodoo is already something from youth. That even not youth. This not that time. I don't tell you anything why the youth with his normal senses, you know that this is what they don't have any work for you. They just want to give you maybe 20,000 naira. Where will you take it to? Let's assume you 20,000 naira. Where will you take it?
Don't take them anywhere, and we have said it. But good news is that a lot of young people are also getting the message, and you can imagine what they did at the debate. They did not, they excluded us, but you remember what happened? We became even more popular after that because.
Yes, now, let me tell you something, with no disrespect, just like people know they were very happy. They thought they will not hear anymore. I'm just telling you that now. They were very happy. If you know Alu would have been taken, would be very happy that day, like I think it's devil. But for surprise, that day, it was even make you more popular.
Yes.
Understand? They are attacking us, they don't like you. I'm just telling you, they don't like you. You got them your friend, but for them, they are not your friends. They don't like you, those people. They are demons. I believe there are some old cabal that is sponsoring them, that is sponsoring them. Those people, they don't look at them, they don't go anywhere. They're just in their house. They're just in their house. Okay, just look at SceneOne. SceneOne is how well politics is like those poor people, like the one of Pamagida, he's looking at things, you know that he has that symptom of this sort of Parkinson's disease. He's already old, he's weak. What can he do?
Well, I don't want us to insult anybody, but I appreciate your comment, and I know that you're passionate about Nigeria. We'll focus on that. So we want to take the next call. Thank you so much. Yes. Before taking the next call, of course, we take the next question. You know this is not going to stop. So he said the unemployment seems to be on a high increase in Nigeria. As graduates might wait for years before securing any job he or she can find to make ends meet. What are your plans to create jobs? We have some of the most comprehensive policy for job creation, and it's going to be based on investment, it's going to be based on creating infrastructure, it's going to be based on creating an economy that works for all. In that respect, over 5 million jobs are on their way through the empowerment through employment creation in the education sector. We're investing so much in the education sector that 200,000 teachers are going to be employed immediately as soon as we come into office in 2019. After that, we are also doing 160,000 health workers across the country. The power sector alone, where we would increase from 3,000 megawatts of electricity to about 24,000, powering over 40 million homes, it will create no less than 2 million jobs, as it did in Egypt and Morocco and Tunisia. The agricultural sector, we are creating 1,000 jobs per local government. Those are 774 local governments in Nigeria. With 1,000, you can do the maths and you know how many jobs will be created right away. And all these jobs are going to be created both in infrastructure, roads construction, railway construction, will have its own multiplier effect that will create and stabilize the economy of Nigeria and make a lot of people have some source of income that will make their lives stable and that will make them feel belonged to this country. And it's so clear that we are the ones that are able to create jobs. And our position is that if we increase the minimum wage from what it is now, 18,000 or 30,000, depending on who you are listening to 100,000, that will increase the purchasing power of workers and will boost the economy of the country through the small and medium enterprises that are going to draw from that increase and that boost. It is simple economics. It is what needs to be done for Nigeria to have an economic system that provides employment for its teeming youth and stabilize employment for those who are already in employment. Because our problem is not just unemployment. We have a big problem of underemployment. A lot of people, somebody who is a graduate, who is riding around in keke napep, cannot be said to be employed. That is not the kind of employment we are promising you. We are promising you the kind of employment that comes with the benefit of being fully employed in the country. So that will solve our employment problem, and the education sector and the massive investment we will put there will also create employment for a lot of teachers. In the health sector, where we are planning massive improvement and investment, will not only create employment for the people in the medical industry, but it will create employment for medical insurance opportunities, and it will also attract so many of our doctors that have left to come back. And when they do come back, they bring in hard-earned income revenue into the country, in addition to their expertise that will also jumpstart in our economy in a lot of ways. And we invest in the tech sector. There's no question about that sector needs so much investment that it will create so many opportunities for people. And tech right now is the highest way, is the surest way of earning high income for both individuals and our own country, Nigeria. So that's unemployment. There's a question here about the health sector that is on the verge of, well, they said decay, but I think collapse is the best word to use because of lack of manpower, adequate facilities, economy, and equipment to foster better healthcare. What are your plans to improve this? Again, we have to invest in the health sector, but it's not just a general, statement of investing in it. It has to be strategic investment in, high, tech investment. High tech investment in the health sector. Also, using other means of bringing health to people that is technological driven. But what we need to start with, and what we will start with, is the universal basic health for everyone, so that every Nigerian, every one of you will have access to healthcare through a public insurance policy where you can contribute, say, 500 naira to obtain a health card. Everybody will be given a health card, and with that, when you're sick, you can see a doctor. And if you have any problems, you can see a doctor. And for the NHIS that we have now, we just have to bring in people who are honest, people who are knowledgeable and have the expertise to manage the place so that it's not serving as a slush fund. But the NHS so far has only been helping people who are employed. We must rapidly expand it to include everybody who is in need of health, and everybody is in need of health care. And health has to be democratic. It has to be, democratized, so that every Nigerian who is in this country today have access to health care. So many of our callers today were calling from different parts of Europe, and you find out that even when they don't have the paperwork to either be permanent residents or citizens, they have health care. They are provided with shelter by the government of those countries. That's why a lot of people are leaving our countries through the Mediterranean Sea, and they don't care whether they die in the course of getting there, because these governments in countries that they are rushing to provide some form of support to them. We even had people who have been calling us from Libya who said to us that internet is faster and better than in Libya than you have in Nigeria. They have access to housing, clean water, and Nigeria that is not at war can't provide that. So it's as a result of failed leadership, and you cannot continue to make investment by failed leaders because they don't even understand how it is, and when they do it, they also have a propensity to steal. And so no matter how much they invest, they're likely to steal it until you have genuine, honest, and focused leaders who have integrity. It's like pouring water into baskets with this current set of leaders. That's why we want to gladly change the country. Are we taking a break? Yes. So we have a break. When we finish the break, we continue taking your questions.
I want to note this. This is the first thing we're going to respond to.
Okay.
The video, then we'll go back to the questions.
So
Volume.
after this,
Volume.
this thing is short.
Hmm.
So after this, we talk after talking about this. Then we went outside to ask people what's their opinion on this and about it. So when we come back, we talk about this, we'll go back. Yes, so we're coming back in 13 seconds. You are in short, In 5, 4, 3, 2, we are live, sir.
Thank you. So I've just watched the video regarding my position on cannabis, and I'm talking to you about it today because a lot of people have heard me talk about cannabis, and the first question they asked me is, do you smoke weed? And my answer is no. My position on cannabis is not driven by whether I smoke it or not. It's based on my knowledge and understanding of how the world works. And shortly after I made that statement at a public seminar on health in Abuja, several countries, as if they were listening to me, started legalizing weed, including cannabis, including Canada. South Africa legalized it. Ghana started talking about exports of cannabis to countries that are in need of them. Even countries that have very strong drug laws in Asia, I think Singapore, and Thailand are already talking about legalizing weed in their own countries. And what I'm saying to Nigerians is that, look, you're talking about diversification of the economy. You can make over $4 to $10 billion from the export of weed. And my position is export, because weed has been shown, cannabis has been shown to have medicinal values. And when Canada legalized cannabis, they discovered that they could only provide 30% of the demand. So it was a demand and supply issue. And I said to our people, and I stand by that, instead of burning cannabis through the NDLA every year, we burn about 1.5 trillion naira worth of cannabis. Why don't we just package and export them before we are priced out of that market? Other countries are doing it. Even the UK is known as the world biggest supply of cannabis, exporter of cannabis to other countries. But we are here wasting our time debating whether we can export cannabis or not, and other countries are making a killing out of it. Before they tell us that our cannabis is not good enough because they are growing it in other countries because they've seen into the future, I'm saying it's going to be something we will seriously consider, especially the ones that add value to human life, the medicinal value of cannabis. So that was where that conversation came from, and I have been proven right by several scientists and countries around the world who have now legalized cannabis, including a lot of African countries. I think Zimbabwe has already done it as well, and people who understand how the future will work agree with me completely that cannabis is the new gold. And if you have it in Ekiti, Edo State and Delta States, you better just package it and sell it to people who need it, both for medicinal and recreational purposes. All right, so
okay, this
we're
is
going on the street.
Yes, this is the street. This is what people.
Legalizing weed in Nigeria will increase the crime level in Nigeria because we don't have control.
So after this,
There is no way you are going to control the use of arms because when people go on that influence, they will do a lot of things. So the youth in Nigeria, most of the youth in Nigeria, meaningfully engaged. So if you legalize weed, the abuse is going to be high and going to increase the crime level.
Sowore is the one guy that is very vibrant about. He talks everything about. He's not fearing of anybody. Sowore is one guy that you need to win this election. If you don't win this election, we are still going to suffer in another decade in this Nigeria. This guy said he's going to legalize weed in Nigeria. Weed is causing cancer in Nigeria right now. We need to export it to another country. to make something better for us. We need to make our economy to be very global in the world now. You understand me?
Okay, what I think about it is a good idea, and I support the motive of which is coming out in the 2019 election. So hopefully prepare that it's going to do something nice to our great nation.
So what do you actually think about this guy?
The guy is good. History, been good. Fought for students, done so many student movements. He's been a good guy.
Yeah, okay, so the aspect of the weed.
No, the weed, you should leave it that way. We have so many agencies, NDLA and the likes. Leave the way it is.
So they connect the phone, so any call can come, we take like 1 or 2 calls, and answer the questions and maybe just 1 or 2 questions, 1 or 2 phone calls, and we have it's more connected.
Well, you should try a way and enforce and empower the agencies that fight against drug abuse.
Alright, that's very nice. Thank you very much. Well, we wish you success.
We should win, but I wish we had a task force to fight against these legacy parties like APC and PDP. For the legalizing way,
Okay, we are coming back in 15 seconds.
Still boost the economy. That one is good.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yes, the next question I have here is a question about Naira crashing in the global market, thereby increasing the price of demand and supplies. What measures will you take to ensure Naira remains relevant in the global market? We have to understand what is happening to the Naira. First, there are people who are manipulating our Naira because they benefit directly from the crash of the currency. And this is being done directly from the Central Bank of Nigeria. There's a cabal that is destroying the Naira so that they make money from it. What they do is that they go to the Central Bank, they get dollars from the back door, they do what they call round tripping, and they sell the dollars and make Naira, they make profits right there. There are about 5 different rates around our Naira officially. We make sure that there's only one rate officially available so that people cannot buy dollars to go to school, and then there's a different rate for people who are going to pilgrimage, and there's a different rate for people who are manufacturers. So this is where the corruption is coming from. But most importantly, what is fundamental, and we need to let you know this, Nigeria must return to producing. If we don't produce, you cannot back up your currency by fiat. We must become a productive economy, and that is what we're planning to do with our Spicer Heat manifesto. That we have a secure country. Security is our #1 priority, followed by power, electricity, and followed by infrastructure, fighting corruption and plugging the loopholes that make us lose over $5 billion every year to corrupt people in this country. And then creating an economy that's all inclusive, that's productive, and an economy that works for the Nigerian people. And also restructuring the country, health, education, agriculture, and tourism are the other parts. So we'll take the next call. Hello, this is a Nigerian call. Good morning from here.
Good morning, this is Pastor from Wonderland.
Thank you so much. Please, can you go directly to your question so that we can take more calls before we end the show?
I understand you are trying your best, and all Nigerians appreciate what you have been trying.
Thank you.
I would suggest that you should do more about radio GMB.
Okay.
So that so many people will hear you. Sometimes when you campaign, some people will be inside their farm.
Yes.
And they won't be able to see.
Yes.
Because most people often listen to radio.
Okay.
So at this time, maybe you should do more on radio, jingle, or TV. That more people will get it. Because I spoke with one woman and I asked them about you. They said they are tired of PDP and APC.
Yes.
That they need a new person. So you need to do more so that they'll be able to know you that you are here. So, cheers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And guys, you're hearing from one of our callers from Ondo State who's talking about so we rely on the public to raise funds, and we'll be happy if we get more funds to make radio jingles available to those who may not have heard about us, or those who have not decided who to vote for, or who are tired of the failed political parties, the legacy parties, APC and PDP. So as soon as we get funding, we'll make it available, and we thank those of you who keep supporting us. And transparently, we're raising funds and raise more funds. There's a call from Sweden. Hello. You want to reduce the volume of the device that's streaming behind you so that we can have a productive conversation.
You said what?
Reduce the volume of your device. There's an echo coming back from the conversation. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, please let's hear your question directly so that we can take more calls before we leave the show.
Yeah, I don't really have a question. I just need to contribute to, this movement. So that's why I would really like to talk to Mr. President himself. And I'm calling from Sweden.
Yes, I can see that. Please go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead.
I mean, can the President and Mr. President hear me? That's what I'm saying.
I can hear you loud and clear. You are talking to Omoyele Sowore right now. I'm the one taking the call directly.
Okay, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Because I know you are going to be our next president, so I'll start to address you as Mr. President right now.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. My name is Omoyele, and I'm calling from Sweden.
Yes.
And I refer myself to Sowore because I think I'm Sowore addicted right now. And I've been following your movement, Mr. President, for quite a long time now. And I'm an army. I'm a nurse in the Swedish military force.
Wow.
But one thing, when it comes to security, I spoke to many people that have a platform and discuss about your movement. I said, in Nigeria, Boko Haram, I'm not a general, I'm not a colonel in the military force.
It doesn't matter.
In my own experience, I think Boko Haram can be crushed in 1 month in Nigeria. This is just common tactics. And it's common sense. You understand what I'm saying? Because, our generals, as you said, they're making a lot from this what we call Boko Haram soldiers. And they don't want this war to be ending, because when it just ends, then it's not as business as usual for them. But one thing, I've been calling and asking about the security, because I watch all your campaigns, because in the day you have not seen you online, then it's like I'm sick. I'm like Sowore sick. So, but I know I'm not Nigerian to vote, but I've done a lot, because I can assure you that I have made up to 351 voters there in Nigeria, which they confirmed and they're going to vote for you.
Wow.
Even to the extent, and there's one of the APC woman leaders, she's my auntie. So I have to call her and explain and let her know who you are and what you stand for. I'm so happy and glad to say that she also has changed her mind about APC, and she promised to convince some of her friends that they are going to join our party, and which I believe we are taking it back, Mr. President.
Thank you so much.
We are taking it back. Yeah, and I'm very, very happy that you've done this to our nation, because history will tell, and your name will be written in the history.
Yeah.
For now, I just want to wish you good luck, Mr. President, and we are very proud of you, and we are at your back. We are taking it back.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The producers say I want me to cut the call because they want us to wrap up soon. But I thank you so much, and maybe you can call us.
I just want to make a point before we can handle.
All right.
I'm related to one of the ex-presidents, but which I would not like to mention.
You don't want to disclose yet.
But these people, they are not useful for the family. They are just useful for their children. Not their extended family. They are not. I'm very, very related to this man. Ever since I know this man, I've only gotten 15 naira from this so-called Mr. President.
16 naira.
Don't care about Nigeria. They only care about themselves. So I'm begging all Nigerian youth to come together. These people are just using them. They're just manipulating them, and it's time to say no. And we have to reject APC and PDP and vote for the right party.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. There's one call that just came in, but I think no. All right. So declining all calls. Last question here is on power supply, and our position is very clear that we need to start immediately with SceneOne, building power plants around the country, especially through renewable energy that will give us over 24,000 megawatts of electricity. They did it in Egypt over 2.5 years, provided employment, and over 40 million households are now connected to electricity. The same thing is happening in India, and we are going to replicate it here as soon as we are sworn in. It will cost 7.2 billion naira to build 14,000 megawatts. If we invest another 7.2, it takes us to about $15 billion. PDP, that is the People's Democratic Party, or as you like to call them, Papa Deceiving Pekin, spent $16 billion to generate darkness. We will reverse that in our lifetime, which is very soon. We just want to urge you, and we mean it. This appeal is to all of you young people who are watching, or those who might be watching me later. Please, 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 and please, let's take our country back. Let's take it back systematically. Let's take it back with will, with focus, with competence, and most importantly, let's take everything back that we've lost over these years. Our integrity, we've lost our rights, we've lost our education, we've lost our road infrastructure, we lost our hospitals, we lost pretty much everything to greedy leaders, very incompetent, wicked, and corrupt leaders in this country. And we are here to change that, and there is no going back. Thank you guys so much. Our producers are saying this is the end of the show. It's been a pleasure being with you, and we continue to engage on Facebook, on Instagram, also on YouTube, on the couch, on our time with the couch. So don't forget to follow us. And those who are hearing me for the first time, especially fans of celebrities who own this platform, it is time for the celebrities to do what is right by Nigeria. You are a celebrity today because we make you celebrities. So don't forget us in our hour of need. We need a different country, and we cannot continue to follow, the failed political operators in Nigeria simply because of the excuse of, oh, that is how I can survive. If they continue like this, nobody will be left, nobody will survive, because we will all be going on that, and we must not allow that to happen. And those who want to make contributions to our campaign, we have a Zenith Bank account, is 100-602-3871, 100-602-3871, or you go to gofundme.com/Sowore2019 to support this campaign, so that in the next 16 days or thereabout, we would have completely defeated the old cargoes who have destroyed Nigeria. Thank you so much, and see you soon again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, man. They have your contacts, right? I said, let me take it for myself, so that if you have anything with
00,
0
0
At the end of the broadcast, I commence when I'm going to